Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of some Pauli Rising. Now, before we get into today's episode, there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about. Firstly, massive thank you to all of the new subs I've got. My god, like literally, we are a couple away at the time of me doing this recording. We're a couple away from hitting 50, which may not seem like a lot, but believe me, to me, that is a massive amount, considering I had less than half of that amount this time last week. Not even this time last week. It was crazy. So firstly, thank you to all of you that have subscribed. It's been amazing to see how much people are liking Football Manager 15. Sorry, my bad. That was a terrible slip of the tongue. So, but if you're on the fence, just go ahead and do it. You'll appreciate it. Right, so the other thing I want to talk about is, if you recall, I said I was going to start showing you the achievements that I had unlocked so far in Football Manager, because I am on a quest to unlock all 108, I think it is. It was 108 last year, it might be different this year, but my plan is to unlock all 108 of those. So basically what's going to happen is around about now, your screen is going to get full with all the achievements that I've so far unlocked. Now that is across both series that I've been doing. I have not been playing any saves on my own. I don't have the time to play other saves as well as the ones I'm doing for the channel. So all of these achievements that are on your screen at the moment have been unlocked during these saves. So it's not a huge amount, but it's a good start, and hopefully we can get on and unlock some of the more difficult ones at a later date. But it's not a bad start for now. The other thing I wanted to say is that I've been running some tests, and it turns out that I actually am capable of doing live comms. Now, because of the way that I record these things in batches and the timing and stuff, it means that this episode isn't going to have a live comment, but the next episode will have a live comment. That I can promise you. I will talk about which episode which game it's going to be. You can tell it's going to be the last game of the month. It's going to be the game against Paderborn in the Cup will be the live comm, because it's the last episode of the month and it just makes things a little easier to record. I might, in the future, start just picking out awesome games. It's just a bit of a problem with the way I record things at the moment, but that is going to change. I did a test, the live comms work, so I will be doing that. Now, for this episode, we're just going to try and do some highlights, although the bug that was present in the previous episode is probably still going to be here, which is that I can only show highlights of the most recent 2 matches, I believe it is, but we will try and show highlights of one of those, just so you guys do actually get to see something. Right, let's get straight into things. So it was a pretty simple month, really. We actually only had 4 fixtures, all of which were in the league. And we started things off. We were just, I think, not quite, we were second in the league. But I wanted to try and take things to another level here. And away at Ingolstadt was quite a result, to be honest. I can't say I'm not happy with this, because I was very, very happy with the performance that we put in, because yeah, okay, they had a man sent off. Hartman was sent off. I think it was relatively early in the game too, but I have literally no idea. Oh, there you go. No, 52 minutes in he was sent off. I mean, Bookman put us in front very, very early in the game, and I kind of was attempting to just sort of sit on things a little bit, because Ingolstadt started quite well, but then they sort of faded out the game. I changed the tactics around a little bit, and when Daniel Bubala, which is a fantastic name, put us 3-0 up, it just... sorry, 2-0 up. I kind of thought, yeah, we can do this. And then when obviously Hartman was sent off, we dominated for the rest of the game. Although didn't have that many shots overall. And then Søren Brandy, great to see him getting on the score sheet again. He's had a belter of a month. I tell you what, if this episode isn't titled something to do with Brandy, then you can, shout at me, because it should be. In fact, I'm putting this in here as a note to myself for later. Next up, we had Braunschweig, and this one, again, massively pleased, and unfortunately we still have the injuries problems, which is very, very annoying, because we've got about 7 or 8 players out injured. If you can hear a sound in the background, that is a washing machine, so nothing really I can do about that. Got to do your washing. Braunschweig, at home, so definitely more chance of a big result, which is what we ended up with in the end. Now, 3-1... it could have actually been a lot closer. When Dennis Dorgan put Braunschweig in front, I thought, oh dear, has our luck finally come to an end? No, it hadn't. But it took a little while. At half-time, we were a goal down, and I really did let rip into them. But in fact, I actually got a notification later saying that they enjoyed the team talks, so that's kind of cool. I am utilising the in-match team talks now. Like, during the game, you can do team talks, which are great, and actually do seem to have an effect at the moment. I don't know if they're going to tone that down or not, but it does seem to work currently. So if you're ever stuck in a game, try running a team talk during the game. Just pause it, drop it in, and run it across the entire team, and it just seems to work. But as you can see, Søren Brandy scored 2 goals in 5 minutes to put us in the lead, and then Görlitz, who's been fantastic as well this year, was able to pop up with a late goal just to sort of put the icing on the cake for us. So another great performance from Brandy, and we did deserve it. We were definitely the better side, but it just took a little while in the end to actually get that. Now, I'm guessing, yeah, we'll show you the highlights, if I can, of the game against Grutherfurth, which I really do like saying. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Grutherfurth? It sounds really strange when I try and say, oh, we can't show highlights of that one either. That's a bit annoying. I really don't know what's up with that. Basically, we were massively lucky here. They were probably better for us than a lot of this game. But when Wolfgang Heisel's own goal put us in the lead, and then we were actually 3-0 up at half time in this one. Saw and Brandy got 2 more goals. That's 5 in 3. So fantastic from him. And he's really finding his feet in this league. And I was a bit worried about how good he'd be as a signing, but he has fit in beautifully to our system. And Wayland actually got one back for late on, but the stats are a bit deceiving. A lot of that was late on after I kind of told them to just take a breather and just try and chill, because we had a 3-0 lead and there was no need to go and overdo it because I didn't want to get any more bloody injuries, which just seem to be rampant in the game at the moment, and I can't be dealing with it. Oh, and the last game of the month was away at Dusseldorf. Now, okay, this was a massively tough one. Dusseldorf are top of the table. Like, even with all of this, they are top of the table, and frankly, we didn't stand a chance in this game. They were so much better than us. And again, I'm sorry, I can't show you highlights. It's not letting me show highlights of this game either, which is a pain in the ass. So I don't know why that is. It's obviously an intermittent bug that is just going to keep popping up from time to time. So it's such a shame, and that is why I'm going to be doing live comms in the next episode, if I can, because you need to see something. It's pointless. There's a great match engine here. You need to see it. So there's that. Apologies, that was my alarm clock going off. We're up doing this episode very, very early in the morning. And yeah. So basically, the story of this game is basically that we were getting absolutely battered in the first half in Dusseldorf, and I just couldn't figure out what to do. I couldn't figure out how to beat their system. And we had literally 2 shots, none on target at half time in this game. Then straight out at the start of the second half, Michael Leendl got a penalty, and he took it the penalty and was able to put Dusseldorf in front, and then literally straight from the kickoff, Axel Bellinghausen was able to make it 2-0. Now, I did change some stuff at that point just to try and go for it, and I did throw caution to the wind, and we did get back into the game a little bit, but the problem was we couldn't get enough of the ball, so a lot of these shots were from quite long range. But Mark Ratzkowski, I still don't know how to pronounce his name, sorry, was able to get us a goal back, and I thought after that we could maybe push on, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. So that is just one of those things that has happened. I'm so sorry that there's no highlights in this episode. It is a shame, but it's just one of those things. Let's take a look at the league. Now, obviously we're not going to be top, but we are right in there. Like, that win for Dusseldorf basically put them just slightly above us, but as you can see, we are still in a promotion spot, which is a massive, massive thing for St. Pauli, because bear in mind, we are expected to get a respectable finish, so somewhere around about here I think is where, and that is kind of where St. Pauli are in the league in real life, because they got a bit of a battering at home against, oh god, who was it? It was 4-0 they lost at home at the weekend, and I can't remember who they were playing. I think it may well have actually been Dusseldorf. Oh no, it was Karlsruhe. It was Karlsruhe. They beat St. Pauli 4-0 at the Millantor on Sunday, I think it was, which was a yeah, so we're doing better than they are in real life, that is for sure. Maybe they need to sign Mr. Soren Brandy, who is just an absolute legend. So if you're doing a German second division save, maybe pick up Brandy, because he seems to have some goals in him. And Dauber is fantastic as well. So that is about that on that particular front. Now let's take a look at the stats, so you guys can have a little look-see. Now it is set. Do we have to change it off of here? Still like that? Cheeky. Right, I don't think it makes any difference because I don't think we actually have any players out on loan. Anyway, right, most appearances, it's still Ratzkowski, Gunther, Thorad and Schauner, but obviously Bubala and Dauber have the same, but with the ones off the bench. Goal scorer, well, Brandy's got 5, Ratzkowski has 3, as does Görlitz. Buchmann, Thai have 2 each, but as you can see, plenty of goals from all over the pitch, basically. Budimir's done well as an impact sub off the bench. I'm liking him, plus I kind of have to play him now because I told him I would do. Something else I've noticed about FM15 is that you get a lot of players bugging you about first team football. Like last year you'd get the odd one every month or so, like a player that's expecting it, but when I came into St. Pauli, the moment I started playing games, I've had in this month of playing through about 7 different guys come to me and ask, like, this guy Alushi wants it, and who else was it? Obviously I had to give Budimir here, but further down people like Nertha as well, and Verhoek and Herwagen, all of them just demanding first team football. I don't know what their squad statuses are, but they can't all be key players, so it does seem a bit strange. But so maybe they do need to tone that bit down a little bit. I suppose it makes it more realistic, but really, they can't all be listed as key players. Top assister on the league, well, that is Dennis Dalbert. He's been brilliant. He's been so creative in that midfield, and you can understand why he's got such a high rating. Ratskowski has 3 as well, as does Gullit, so they've been both scoring and creating, so great for them. Most player of the matches, well, Dalbert has 3 already in 8 games, 9 games if you count his substitute appearance, but I think that's a cup game. So fantastic from him. Pass rating. Well, it's probably Gurlitz. I mean, we've not really got an... I'm surprised we don't have a better pass rating from someone like Treibel, because he is playing that defensive midfield role, but maybe it's just the way we're distributing the ball isn't really playing into his hands. As for yellow cards, well, Nerig's actually got 4 and a red already, so he does need to sort of calm the fuck down a little bit, and we maybe have to have some words with him on that. Average rating, well, we all know that Dennis Dalbert is the top-rated player on the team, and if he keeps that up, he's going to be in for one hell of a season, I'll tell you that much. Now, the other thing you can do is, this is the promises we got, so you'll see, look, Budimir wants it, Babangida wants it, even though I've been giving him it. Alushi wants it as well. Oh no, I told Alushi to just sod himself. Sebastian Mayer wants it. There was a couple others that I did that wanted it, but I managed to get them to sort of bugger off and stop bugging me about it because it was starting to get very, very irritating. So yeah, that is about that. But the one thing I also want to do is take a little look at some development. In fact, what we're going to do this time around is, well, let's have a look at the stats of... who should we look at? Let me know which players' stats you want to see as we develop through the season. That way I can know which ones to pick for the episode, basically. But for now, we're just going to have a look at Soren Brandy, since he's been our top scorer in this month. Now, he... surprisingly declining. Oh, he's 29, I guess. But 14 finishing is pretty fucking decent. I don't mind that. First touch is also very good. Let's just highlight some attributes for the role that he's playing. He's actually a poacher, but we're playing him as an advanced forward with an attack mind. So he's pretty much got every... oh, apart from his decisions, which surprisingly has yet to let him down. His passing could maybe do with being a little bit higher. But in all honesty, he's got pretty decent stats, and I don't think they're likely to improve that much more in the future because he is, after all, 29 years old. But we can still get a couple of good years out of him. So hopefully we will do, because he could be the sort of the spearhead of our promotion push this year. That's my hope. I wasn't expected to get promoted in the first season of this series, but if we do, then that makes it even better, because it will give us a real good chance at getting to the Bundesliga, which is our main plan. So that is about that. Look forward to the next episode, because we will be doing a live com, and the live com is almost certainly going to be the last game of the month, which is this game, the DFB-Pokal second round tie against Paderborn, who of course are a top flight side in Germany. So that's going to be a tough one. So you will see me floundering like a wet fish, probably, as we get our asses handed to us. But you never know what's going to happen with this game, and that's what makes it so good. So if you've been enjoying this, feel free to hit a big old like on this episode and probably the series. And if you'd like to even more than that, hit that big old subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.